проснется этой ночью, тот навеки не уснет, кто услышит эту песню, тот покоя не найдет.
What's going on, YouTube? We're back with a new video. Today I'm talking about how to create a successful clothing brand. This video has definitely been requested a lot. I've had a lot of viral videos on my TikTok this year about clothing, how much money you can make from clothing, how easy it is to make money from clothing, how hard it could be making money from clothing, a whole bunch of different stuff like that. However, you guys see got the brand on right now, Lone Star Forever. You know the logo, Lone Star, more life. Lone Star is just not a brand, it's a lifestyle. Plenty of other stuff like that. But however, let's get into this video and make sure that you please subscribe and like and comment on this video now. This is a highly requested video, so y'all better make sure y'all watch this video. You better make sure you share this video, and let's talk about it. So number one, the first thing that goes into making a clothing brand is creating a name. Now my brand is called Lone Star, and most people don't know the meaning about Lone Star. However, I definitely did deal with suicide. I don't know if you guys can see, I have a cut right here where I cut myself, and I definitely dealt with suicide and depression and a whole bunch of stuff like that. And I know that it also felt something from, I guess, a little bit of social acceptance, I guess. So Lone Star is basically, the meaning behind Lone Star is somebody that doesn't require social acceptance to feel important, to feel insignificant. So that's my meaning behind Lone Star. And yeah, so basically when you want to create a brand, make sure that it's easy to have a name behind it and a meaning behind it. So you want to make sure that you have a meaning behind your brand. So if you make a brand, I don't know, like Hustlers something, make sure that it's about has a message behind it. Basically, maybe implementing your own story or implementing story of other people that you can relate to. So that's another thing. And also make sure you have a name that is unique. To figure out if your name is unique, before you even go online doing a whole Google search, you probably could just look on Instagram. It's pretty much every single clothing brand known to man has an Instagram account. So you can go on Instagram, type in the name, see if anybody has it. If not, go get that. I would definitely be surprised though, because a lot of people do replicate brand names. And make sure you don't replicate a brand name to avoid, assuming you guys get big, assuming you guys make a lot of money, avoid getting sued in the future. So you want to make sure you do that. Now when it comes to making a mission statement, as I said before, you want to make sure that your mission statement has meaning. You want to make sure that people can relate to it. Now also, people do get confused in this part a lot though, in terms of they always want to make something that I guess is motivational in a sense. You don't have to, it doesn't always have to be something that's motivational. Like Gucci's mission statement is quality is long as remembered after price is forgotten. Knowing that basically they know that their stuff is extremely expensive, however, they also know that their customers will appreciate the quality long after they worry about how much it costs and long after they think, oh my gosh, I spent so much money on this bag. They will remember that the quality was worth it and that the bag was whatever. So that's their slogan and that's their mission statement. So you have to make sure you make a mission statement that is legitimate, a mission statement that people can relate to, a mission statement that people will understand as well. And I promise you that your brand will go extremely far. Next, you want to make sure that you find a manufacturer. Now, finding a manufacturer may not be the easiest thing on earth, because you want to make sure that you have good quality products that you can sell to people. Because this is the thing, right? Most likely, you guys know when buying something, if you go to, I don't know, let's say a barbershop or hair shop, and they do your hair wrong, they do your cut wrong, you're probably not going back. It's the same thing with clothing. If you are getting first-time customers, right, and you present yourself poorly or your product is poor, you're probably not going to get that customer back. And a lot of brands make a lot of money because of customer retention, meaning that the same customer is coming back. Do you think that Louis Vuitton, Supreme, Gucci, all these brands are around because they're getting new customers every single time? No, it's because the same customers and the same people buying are just buying again. Obviously, they get new people. People come, get older, they want Louis Vuitton, whatever. But what I'm saying is they're getting a lot of the same customers for years. One customer could probably make you $20,000 or $10,000 or even $5,000 minimum in a lifetime if they continue on and continuously come back. So think of it that way. Do not look at a customer as a $50 hoodie. Look at a customer as a $5,000 customer and assume that they'll keep coming back over and over and over and over again. Next, you want to make sure that you also find a vendor. Now, there are two different ways when it comes to having a clothing line. You're either going to have a vendor when it comes to having blanks, or you're going to have a manufacturer where it comes from overseas, probably somebody on WhatsApp or Alibaba, wherever the case may be with that. If you want to get my manufacturer, make sure you DM me, Baines, one time. I have manufacturers that can make any piece of clothing that you want in the world. Just make sure that you DM me at Baines one times on Instagram, and I will respond, and I will make sure that you can get my manufacturer, you can get my vendors, and go from there. However, next, on top of that, you want to make sure that you come up with a great design. Now, these designs come from, and I make my design on Canva. However, you can also use Adobe Illustrator. So you can use Adobe Illustrator, which I believe is $15 a month for the full package, or even just to use it. I'm almost certain. I don't think you can use it for free. And Canva is free 100%. Now, my logo, me personally, is pretty simple in my opinion. I don't, like you see, it's just words. It's no whole bunch of graphic designs, because I believe that simple stuff sells a lot more than the graphic stuff. I feel like graphic stuff does sell to a certain crowd. However, when they get older, they're not going to come back. So I don't really do the whole graphic thing, honestly. I really more so stick with the simple stuff and simplicity, and I believe that I can reach the older audience, because I really want to reach the older audience more so than I want to reach the young audience, because the older audience has the money. The young audience has to go ask their parents for money, a whole bunch of yada yada. I'd rather get the older audience, and the older audience don't want to look like hooligans or look ghetto when they go out or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that wearing graphic designs make you ghetto. I'm just giving an example. You want to make sure that you create a website. Now, there are multiple websites you can use, multiple website platforms that are good. Now, let's just talk about the pros and cons of certain websites. Now, I personally use GoDaddy. I don't see too many cons with it, other than the website processor is pretty slow and pretty jacked up. Like, I'll go on there and I'll edit stuff, and it's like the edit never happens, and I have to go in there and do it again, and then it'll work, stuff like that. And then they have good customer service at 24/7. They have okay. Also with GoDaddy, I don't like is the shipping. Like, it's like you gotta add a shipping app to it just for it to ship, rather than Shopify. It's already built inside the store. The processor's already built inside the store, so you don't have to go to another app just to ship something and print out labels and buy stuff. A whole bunch of extra stuff that's just annoying. But if I had to choose between GoDaddy or Shopify, I probably would still choose GoDaddy, just because for me personally it's easier, and it's also more customizable when it comes to the website. That's just for me personally. But however, if I'm just being honest in the open space on what has the most volume and holds the most people to it, Shopify 100%. Shopify definitely responds to emails fast. Now, also you can use Wix. Now, Wix also has some great website processing, some great design platforms for free. But however, Wix customer service is trash. I once used Wix and they withheld $20,000 of my money without explanation, and then later on withdrew the money and sent it to me, but also didn't let me use their platform. So it was very weird. It's like they don't want people who make a lot of money. I don't know what's going on with that, but you can try out Wix for yourself and see what happens. Next, you can also use Squarespace. Squarespace is pretty good. However, also the monthly fee, I believe, on Squarespace is pretty high. So you also have to take that into account as well. Some of these websites are not free a month. But you know what I dislike so much about entrepreneurs, well, future entrepreneurs, I say, oh, well, I don't want to use this website because it costs too much to, pay per month. Bro, if you're making $10,000, even $1,000 per month, the $30 you have to pay per month does not mean anything. So please, if that was you and you guys are thinking that way, please take that out of your mind. Please do not ever say that again. And yeah, make sure that you continue on to pay for a platform that's going to be paying you, helping you out, and making your life a lot more easier. Next, you want to make sure that you get down to marketing. Now, marketing is not the easiest thing on earth. However, it becomes easier the more people you have to help you market. So when I first started out with my brand, this is also not my brand, my most recent brand. This is not my oldest brand, my bad. This is my most recent brand, but I've had 3 other brands before this, but this is my most recent brand. So when it comes to Lone Star and it comes to just starting up in general, you need to make sure that you use your social media first, if anything. Well, before that, actually use your friends. Go reach out to your friends. Start an Instagram page for your clothing line. Make sure you talk to TikTok. You can even start a Twitter if you want to, because things go viral on Twitter to this day still. It's not that easy, but things do still go viral to this day. And make sure you create a TikTok. Now, first things first, you have to make sure that you ask your friends to go follow the TikTok page, go follow the Instagram, go follow all these things, and do not be scared, because once again, are they really your friends if you can't ask them to follow your page? Are they really your friends? That's really weird if they can't. So make sure you go ask them to go follow your page. Next, you want to go make sure you go on social media. If you're following 2,000 people, you have 2,000 people you have access to. Go DM all 2,000 people and say, hey, please go follow my business page, and it'll really appreciate it. I appreciate the support. That's how I start off. With all my brands, I've always started out that way. Before I did any type of marketing on social media, any type of marketing on TikTok, I go ask my closest people, my friends, people I follow, hey, can you please go follow my business page, and go from there. Now, things to take into consideration, please, in this expectation-wise, when it comes to starting a business, clothing brand especially, do not expect your friends and family to buy straight off the rip. Most likely, there are people who actually just are not happy for you, especially when you start off a brand in the beginning. people for you who are just not going to be happy for you. Your girlfriend may not understand it. Your mom may not understand it. People just may not want to support or maybe even put their money into it. However, you have to understand and keep the mindset that eventually people will mess with your clothing. People will use their hard-earned money to buy your clothing, and they will rock it for you, and they will market it for you. Next, you want to make sure, especially with Shopify, you set up the text automation text messages, and you want to make sure that you set up the email automation text messages. Also, just a disclaimer, if you need a mentorship on a clothing line, please make sure that you DM me on Instagram at Baines1times. Please DM me on Instagram at Baines1times for a mentorship, and I will be gladly help you, and I'll make sure I respond within 24 hours, 12 hours, and I promise you we'll get it settled. Anyways, back to what I'm saying. Make sure you set up the text automations and email automations, and also make sure that you have email campaigns going out. Now, what is an email campaign? Email campaigns are pretty much those emails that you see from almost every single company saying, oh, it's a sale, 65% off sale from the entire store. Those email sales make a lot of money. Same way how it's kind of like how you're DMing people on Instagram, social media. Emailing is kind of like DMing, but I guess directly to your email, stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? It just, and people are going to see it right away. It's going to pop up on their phone right away. And if they're messing with it, if they like the deal, if they want to, you know, they haven't shopped in a while, they want to shop with you, they'll buy. I want to say that email automation most likely will make you about only 4% of whoever subscribes to your email will probably shop, 4 to 1%. But it's not a bad percentage. You gotta think about it. If you have 100,000 people on your email list and only 1% buys, it's 1,000 people. It's a lot of people. And 1,000 times $50 is 50,000. So if you can get that many people subscribed, obviously, it's gonna be a lot. And if you get 4%, it'll be more people than that. Next, we want to make sure that you create some type of digital design for the product. So you want to make sure you have mock-ups, and mock-ups can come different ways. I pay for my mock-ups, and there's different ways you can do that. If you need any mock-ups for your clothing, make sure you DM me at Baines1times as well. So after that, and just talking on my own clothing brand, I had to make sure that I'm reaching out. So also another thing that you want to do and make sure that you are doing with your clothing line is being consistent on the drops. Do not, so I know you guys may see a lot of brands out there, right, that say that they're sold out all the time. That brand is probably not a brand you should be looking up to because they're probably not making that much money. You want to make sure that, yes, you have some items that are limited edition, and make sure that you have items that are on sale 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days, because you need to keep the consistent flow of income coming into your website, coming into your pocket, coming into your bank, so you can make the proper investments. Also, going further from there, you also want to make sure that you create an LLC. There are so many different ways you create an LLC. You want to separate yourself. Now, also, on top of this, though, do not create an LLC until you make $40,000 plus. That's when you want to create an LLC. Because anything before then is not being looked at the IRS, honestly. And yeah, there's no point doing that. And then you're going to have to pay taxes on a whole bunch of money you made. And it's not going to be fun because you didn't make that much and you probably didn't profit that much. And they're going to take 20%. And yeah, so unless you make $40,000, do not sign up and go make an LLC because your business might not even make that much money. So you want to protect yourself in every way possible. On top of that, you guys want to make sure that you guys are having legitimate photo shoots. So this comes down to having a good photographer. If you don't have a good photographer, your photos are not going to come out good. If your photos don't come out good, that means you have bad content. If you have bad content, you are not going viral. If you don't go viral, you're not making any money unless you're paying for ads. But once again, you go spend, look, so I was talking to somebody about this the other day, right? If you go spend $30,000 on Instagram, you will get 5 million views, right? Guaranteed, right? You can go get that 5 million views from TikTok for free. So make sure you have good content rather than paying $30,000 on ads. You have to make $30,000 back first. And then on top of making that $30,000 back, you have to make more than that to even profit. And even make more than that to even profit a lot. So once again, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all. I want to make sure that you make good content. You post it on TikTok. They posted it for you. Shows love, stuff like that. Honestly, I think that I've pretty much covered almost everything that I can for creating a clothing line, how to create a clothing line, what to do to go about it. Wait, and I forgot though. Now we're adding this on as well. If you plan to do blanks, by the way, you want to make sure that you find a screen and embroidery shop. Now those things can be found online. You can go make sure that you go on your website, go on Google, say, hey, embroidery shop near me, screen print shop near me, because if not, you won't have somebody print on it. Now also, do not do heat press. I'm begging you guys, do not do heat press. It may be cheaper, but the quality of it is a lot worse. You want to make sure you do screen print or embroidery only on all your items. I promise you it's going to go so much farther for the long run. Your customers respect you so much more for having high quality gear, and go from there. Now once again guys, I appreciate you guys watching my video. I appreciate you guys coming here and helping me out. And we're gonna probably end this video, but I just remember I have one more thing. You guys know my videos are extremely raw, so I'm not even gonna edit this video. This video is straight through. Also, now if you do go on Shopify, you do go on some website, they will offer you loans. Please, guys, do not take these loans. Also, do not take these loans unless you really plan to take it back, because some of these loans can't get repaid back until, I guess, over time, or they'll take 10% of your sales, 50% of your sales. Once again, if you know you can't pay the loan back, and you know you don't need the loan, do not get it, because they will shut your website down, and now you just ruin the source of income and will have to go to another platform. So please, guys, do not do that. However, once again, please subscribe. If you guys need a mentorship, DM me Baines1times on Instagram. I appreciate you guys for reaching out. I appreciate you guys for following me. I appreciate you guys for watching my video. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time on Baines2times vlogs.